Hi everyone, we're just waiting a few more minutes for more people to dial in before we start with the presentation, but welcome and very excited to have you all on board and showcase you one of our first operators that we're highlighting today. So just give us a few more minutes and then we'll start the presentation. Okay, I've seen a few more people joining. I think we can slowly start and at least start with the introductions as more people are coming. Again, hi everyone, and thank you for joining TourRadar's second webinar of the year and our first ever operator spotlight. My name's Mark and I'm part of the senior partnerships team here at TourRadar. And today I'm very excited and I'm joined by Christina, the Senior National Business Development Manager for Blue Words Touring. Christina will give you the ins and outs of the two brands that they're presenting today, Topdeck, and the main part will be probably around Blue Roads Touring. So if you do have any questions, simply type them and we'll have them answered towards the end of the session. We will also showcase later on how these products can be found and booked on the TourRadar site, so stay on for that one. And lastly, as you might be aware, we do have a little prize giveaway towards the end. So please stay until the end, so as we will announce the winner during the presentation. So without further ado, I will hand over to Christina.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you everyone for joining us this morning. I am the Senior Business Development Manager for all of North America. So US and Canada, you're stuck with me if you have any questions at all. I look after both Topdeck and Blue Roads. So what I'm going to do this morning is just kind of give you a brief overview on who we are, what we do. And at the end, I have a slide with my contact information. So please always feel free to reach out to me should you have any questions, comments, anything like that. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I'm going to cover Topdeck. Topdeck Touring is our youth brand. It's for 18 to 30 somethings, 39 usually. We offer different levels of travel. We offer some pretty spectacular destinations. But we were developed in the 70s. Topdeck Touring was introduced in the 70s, and they've been going strong ever since. We update our tours, we update our styles of traveling, which I'm going to get into a little further down. But who are our Topdeckers? Our Topdeckers are people who really, really want to go and learn and bond with new people, share experiences. I like to say kind of go home with bragging rights because they're just going to get so much out of these tours. They're not about, it's not like a hook up and boozing it up type of tour, although I'm sure that probably does happen, but it's more about education and learning on these tours. Solo travelers love to take our tours because they are by themselves, yet they do have a little bit of guidance, so they don't completely feel on their own. We do give them plenty of free time to go and explore on their own. The tours are really for the curious-minded person, and you're going to be surrounded by like-minded people on these tours, and they'll form friendships and bonds that will typically last forever. They are guided by our top-notch tour guides. These people have such a passion for whatever tour they're conducting that the knowledge they share is enough to give the Topdeckers enough to know where they are and what they're doing, but yet they'll give them little secrets on back hidden places and where to go and where to eat, what to see, what to do. It's an excellent value for money. You'll see what I mean as we go through these slides. They're going to get everything that's on their itinerary and more. We just developed this. This is our new trip style. So depending on budget, the pace of travel, and your destination, you have these 4 different styles of travel. You have Get Social, which is for a larger group of people. They want to see it all, but it's very fast paced. So you're doing a multi-country tour. So they're going to move pretty quickly on this tour. The max group size is 51. And on average, we go out with about 30 people. The Play and Pause, that's for people that would like a smaller group, but it's still pretty fast paced because again, we do the multi-country touring on this. Inclusions are a welcome dinner, a farewell dinner, and then there will be various meals provided throughout. With all of the styles that we offer, your client will know exactly what's included, exactly what's going to happen, so there's no surprises along the way. And then we have the Delve Deep. Now this is really good because this is really for people that want to learn the culture, feel like they're a local, and really dig in deep to the tour. The max is 20, but we usually go out with an average of 12 people, and the pace on this one is pretty moderate. The 4th style we have is our Sail and Swim. That is such an easy, relaxing tour to do. The Sail and Swim is only offered in Europe, but it's a fantastic way to see places that you might not see on your own. You're going to go onto islands, you'll be able to swim, you'll just sail. It's fantastic. The clients will sleep on board the boats every night, either a single or a twin room, but really a great way to travel. As you can see, we offer a lot of product. We have 6 North American trips, 39 Europe trips, which you can see offers all 4 styles of travel. North Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, Africa, Australia. We have 3 new tours through New Zealand. So you can see there is a wide range. And quite honestly, I wish I could still pass for 30 something, because when I look at our tours, I'm like, oh, I'd like to do that, but unfortunately, I'd probably stand out like a sore thumb. And then just real quickly, our Freedom to Flex policy. Up to 60 days before departure, your clients can change wherever they want to go. They're obviously going to pay for the price difference should there be one. But, you know, as you look through the tours, they're going to be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. So we give them that flexibility to change their mind before their final payment's due. You can book now and pay the rest later. So to secure the booking, they're going to pay a very, very reasonable deposit. And the deposit depends on the month they travel, what tour they're taking, that sort of thing. But it needs to be paid 60 days prior to secure the trip. We also have our flexible deposit. What that means is if something happens, we will give them a rolling deposit for up to 2 years so that they can take their time, choose another tour to go on. And if they have paid extra, they'll get a full refund on any additional amounts paid. And then we offer, this is the best one, I like to call it the layaway plan. So again, they can pay as they like, any amount that they like, up to 60 days prior to the trip. So it is like, as North Americans, we know, a layaway plan. So it's really easy to book. It's just getting your clients to pin down where they want to go and what they want to experience. So I did include this QR code. If you want to scan it, it will take you directly to the Topdeck site where you can get a lot more information on the tours. But because my time is limited, I just wanted to give you enough information to make you feel comfortable speaking about Topdeck should you get a client inquiring about that. So that was Topdeck, and now we're off to Blue Roads Touring. So Blue Roads Touring is a small escorted touring company, award-winning, as you can see at the bottom. We take 18 people max on any of our tours. We have over 30 years experiencing doing with small groups. The company started in the 90s, where Topdeck was the 70s. Blue Roads Touring started in the 90s. A lot of you, Mark and I were talking about this a little while ago, and I just want to share this with you. A lot of you probably knew us when we were called Backroads Touring. Well, only in North America did we have to change our name to Blue Roads Touring, because there is another company, as you know, called Backroads Touring that does hiking and biking, and it was causing confusion. So we decided to change our name to Blue Roads Touring in North America. However, when your clients do join a Blue Roads tour, they will be getting on a Backroads coach. So if you kind of want to prep them a little bit so they're not confused, that might be helpful to them. Just a little bit of our statistics. Our average age group is 55 to 65, but that's not to say we've had younger people. I was on one of our tours, and there was a young lady who was 25 years old traveling with her father, and she was so into the tour because it was the Lakes region of the UK, and she had always wanted to go. So she came along, she had a great time, and we've had clients well into their 80s on the tours. They're just fantastic tours. So age really shouldn't matter, but we do skew towards a more mature audience. 23% of our guests are repeat, because once they've had a taste, they want to do more. And 25% are multi-tour guests. When you do book a client who has been on a tour before, they'll get a discount. And if you want to book clients doing back-to-back tours, they also get a discount. What I really love, the statistic on this one, 30% of our travelers are solo travelers. And it's just a great way for them to go. They feel comfortable. Our guides really make them feel special and welcome. They never feel like a third wheel at all while they're on these tours. And another great thing about that is our single supplement is very, very reasonable. We don't outprice ourselves or the client with a huge solo supplement. They're very reasonable. When you go to the website, you'll see what I'm talking about. What makes us different? Well, small groups of up to 18. We've always done 18 passengers, and we'll continue to only do 18 passengers. So when COVID hit and we started to come out of it, a lot of the larger tour companies were scrambling to bring it down to, a smaller amount of groups. And I see it all the time. But without bragging, which I will be, we are the experts, because it's all we know. So we didn't really have that huge of an adjustment coming out of COVID. We offer leisurely paced itineraries. So you know how sometimes the big coach people will knock on your door at 6:30 and say, come on, get up, we're getting ready to go in 45 minutes. We don't start until about 9 a.m. So we give our guests plenty of time to wake up, pull themselves together, go down, have breakfast, which is included every single day on our tours. And then we meet and off we go, 9 a.m. We usually try to get back around 4 or 5 so that they have time to freshen up, go out and have a drink, join us for dinner if it's included that night, or just take their time and go out on their own for the evening. We always try to take the scenic back roads whenever possible. And sometimes you do get on the larger motorways, but we use these great Sprinter vans. They can get anywhere, and they can go on these back roads to make it a little bit more scenic. We also offer unique culinary discoveries and authentic local experiences. And a lot of times the culinary discoveries and the authentic local experiences go hand in hand. I did our Eastern Europe tour, and one night we went, dinner was included, we went and we made pierogies. They said that they cooked the pierogies that we made, but I kind of hope that wasn't true. But the local experiences, you'll do your own tile painting in Lisbon, you'll do hikes, it's magnificent what we offer, and we do include a lot of different things. I like to go a little bit onto the small coach. This is a picture of one of our coaches. It seats 18 people very comfortably, air conditioned, and the speaker works extremely well. So you know how sometimes you get the guide and it's like, you can hear them perfectly clear on these mini coaches. And I would love to share this with you. This again was on my Eastern Europe trip. So we were in Budapest and we were going up to the Citadel, and that's us in the middle. We were probably one of the first coaches there in the morning. And by the time we all came down, we were surrounded by these large motor coaches. So the guy in the baseball cap was our tour guide, and he's gently, politely asking these folks to the right to hurry up and get out of our way so we could be on our way. So it really does count for a lot that we use these sprinter fans. In fact, we did an experiment and we found that it's been scientifically proven that size does matter. 18 passengers max. Speaking of what matters, our tour guides really make a difference. You could have the best tour in the world planned out, but if you have a lousy tour guide, that's the end of you. Our tour guides are most of them are in the second act of their life. So they've all raised their families, they've had their careers, and now they get to live out their passion. So our guides are well vetted, and we only pick the absolute best. In fact, they are award-winning guides, and on their customer service score, they always score 4.9 out of 5. They go above and beyond. I can share a real brief story with you. I've done 5 of our tours, and I've just booked my 6th one for the fall, which will be to Morocco. But I've had Andy Steele on a few of my tours as the guide. He's a retired police officer from London. He was recruited to Paris to work undercover hardcore stuff. And like anybody, I'm sure that became too much for him. So he saw an ad in one of his police magazines that we were looking for tour guides. So Andy is just incredibly knowledgeable, and his jam is really World War II. So we were on the La Belle France tour, which includes all Normandy, the museum, battlefields, it just includes everything. And it's fascinating because you would think this man's head would explode because he was so knowledgeable. But one day on the tour, one of the agents I had with me got to talking with Andy, and she said that her grandfather had fought in World War II. So of course they, went on and had a conversation. He found out what he could, and we all kind of forgot about the conversation. And then a couple days later, we went off the schedule. We went up this hill, this back road. Andy stopped. We all got off, walked down the hill, and when we got to the bottom, Andy asked us if we knew what we just did, and of course we said no, we don't know. And he said, we just walked the path that her grandfather walked in World War II. He went above and beyond to find out all that information and share that experience. I had goosebumps, and I can only imagine what she felt. So that's the type of thing they do. Isabel took the coach. They were going through the town her mother lived in, and the mother said, you must all come over. And they sat and had tea and sandwiches in her house. And Mark at the end used to walk Wills and Harry to school every day. So these people have fascinating stories, and they're just amazing. We just announced this, Greece. It's our newest destination, and I can't wait to actually do this tour. It starts in Athens and ends in Athens. And I have a few friends that are Greek, so I took it upon myself to share this tour with them. Every single one of them said, this is a beautiful tour where people don't really go. They stick to the cookie cutter, the rehearsed type of schedule, but they all said, this is absolutely beautiful. So really, if you do have clients looking to go to Greece, please check out our tour. They will not be disappointed at all. So I'm not sure how much of this will apply to TourRadar's booking process, but for Blue Roads, where Topdeck had varied deposits, we have a $200 deposit per person for any of our tours. And again, they have up to 60 days to pay for the tour in its complete form. So all in all, I know this was very quick. It was an overview, but honestly, I stand by the Blue Roads touring tours. I was telling Mark earlier that when I first joined the company in 2014, I was hired to introduce it to the North American market. And so I said, well, I need to, go on one of these tours so I know what I'm talking about. And when I got there, I was like, I don't know if this is really for me. I was doing the Lakes region of the UK, and our guide was a retired college professor. So in my head, I was like, oh my God, this is, I don't know. Within half an hour, I was hooked. And I thought, shame on me for prejudging this. I love to do group touring because I don't know what to look at. And it's nice to have somebody tell you what you should look at, and somebody else is doing the driving, so you really can. And I can tell you on all of my tours, because we're small, we're 18, and we're in those Sprinter vans, we don't have to stick to our itinerary. I know on one of the tours, we saw this rock formation, and we were all kind of mumbling in the back saying, what is that? Do you know what that is? And we have a coach. I mean, we have a coach driver and a tour guide. So there's two people. So the tour guide focuses just on what they're showing us, while the driver focuses on the driving. But they both heard us. And they said, oh, we know what that is. Do you want to go? And we were like, yeah. So we just zipped around and we went, and they told us the history, and, we just got to see more, which happens all the time. So I like to say that Blue Roads Touring is an excellent, excellent value for money. And with that, I hope I've given you enough information to feel very comfortable selling Blue Roads. And again, if you want to scan this QR code, it will take you directly to our website so you can get more details. And last but not least, here's my contact information, my email, my cell number. You feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm very quick at getting back, and I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. And if you haven't already joined our Facebook page, it's Blue-Roads Touring NA Agents. And sometimes news pops up even before I know it. So just follow us so you can see what's new and what's happening with Blue Roads. And with that, again, I thank you very much for your time, and I hope that that was helpful for you. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. This is amazing. I've gotten a glimpse into a bit of the Blue Roads experience when I was in London. It was just a day trip, but it was amazing. And just to further go into your comment as far as like booking conditions and everything, just for all the attendees, we do work with the same booking conditions, deposit levels that Blue Roads and Topdeck is offering. So it's all the same. All those amazing benefits will be the same on the TourRadar site as well. And while we possibly wait for some questions to come in, I wanted to quickly give you a glimpse on how obviously those tours can be booked and even found on the TourRadar page. So once obviously you've created your travel agent profile, simply go to TourRadar and either type in the operator name. I've already popped up Blue Roads Touring here. You can see all the amazing reviews that I've already gotten. So you can be rest assured with a 4.4 star rating out of 5 that it's an excellent experience that all our customers that even traveled and booked through TourRadar had with Blue Roads Touring. Same obviously counts for Topdeck. But obviously once you found the tour, or the page for Blue Roads, simply show in and find all the amazing experiences. So we have all the same experiences that Blue Roads have directly on their site as well. So you can find the destinations, the departure dates they were offering, obviously age ranges, all the amazing tour informations. If you're looking at the Italian Indulgence tour, you'll literally find the amazing images that have been taken, the day-by-day itinerary, the map, everything that you can potentially, that your customers can potentially ask can be found on that page as well. And if there's still any open questions, we do have an Ask a Question button that directly links you to Blue Roads or Topdeck agents. So you get the questions answered firsthand from the amazing staff at Blue Roads or Topdeck. So yeah, like you can see all the amazing experiences are included, anything that's new on the site as well. We could potentially check if the Greece trip is already showing up on TourRadar that you've just mentioned before, by just using the filters and filtering by Greece. So and here it is. I think that's the one you've mentioned correctly.
Yes, that's it.
So all the amazing itineraries already listed on TourRadar. You've noticed now, obviously, I'm based in Europe, so hence my currency is based in euro. But if you're dialing in from Australia, it will or North America, it will all be your local currency. So yeah, feel free and start browsing. I'll just double check if there is a question. So one question, is TourRadar part of your business too? So no, TourRadar is just the booking platform that works with amazing tour operators worldwide. So Topdeck and Blue Roads is a long-term partner of ours already. I think we go back at least 12 years. They were one of our first partners that we worked with, and keep continuing to do amazing business with. Are there any other questions that are popping up, maybe for Christina, while we have her here as well?
One thing I did not mention, I don't know how I passed over this one. Our accommodations are typically a 3.5 to a solid 4-star property. We've got a great team who sources out the most unique accommodations for our guests. They could be staying in an old castle, an old military hospital, a manor house. They're just amazing, amazing accommodations. We never use a flagged property, meaning Marriott, Sheraton. They're all going to be very unique, and typically they'll have a really interesting story to them. So that's a good thing. If you've got clients that are used to maybe talk tours, using 5-star accommodations and being pampered throughout, they might not be a good fit for us. But if you've got clients that are looking for unique, authentic, great group of people, that's when you think of Blue Roads Touring.
And as far as, maybe you can go a bit more into detail as far as what your top destinations are that are being booked by clients most of the time. Is there?
Oh, sure. Iberian Inspiration is one of our top tours right now. Next is Italy. And for the North American market, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. We're one of the only tour companies that does have a tour specific to Wales. And our England tours are very popular. So that right now is what's trending. And I have a feeling as we do get into summer bookings for travel, Greece is going to pop right up there.
No, for anyone that's joined our session last week when we talked about travel trends and what's been booking, so Italy, Greece, like the Mediterranean is definitely always a top seller, and has been doing very well over the years. And I think it's not going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, especially Italy. I just read, I forget which publication, but it said, interesting enough, Italy will continue to be strong, and another top selling destination for 23 is Morocco.
That's good to know. And you do have a trip in Morocco, I believe, if that if that is correct.
Yes, we do. Majestic Morocco, and the inclusions on that are amazing. You'll sleep out in the desert in a Berber camp, and when I say a tent, people think, oh, okay, but it's actually glamping. There's plumbing, indoor plumbing, air conditioning, so it's going to be in my opinion, the best way to camp out. And our people have sourced really beautiful riads to stay in. We go to the markets. I mean, there's just so much involved. I can't wait to go on my tour, to be perfectly honest. I'll be sending lots of pictures.
Perfect. Can't wait to see them. As far as questions, I think we've got most of the questions answered here. There was just a few as far as account resettings and how to set up an account. Literally, if you're trying to book a tour, it asks you to create a travel agent profile on TourRadar. It's quickly done in a few minutes. If you have any issues, questions, we do have a dedicated team, which you can reach at agents@tourradar.com. But I think that covers most of the session for now. And I think what most people have been waiting for is the winner announcement towards the end as well, which nicely wraps up this session as well. And the lucky winner of the Amazon gift card is Kathy Pastor. So we will email you separately after, Kathy. But yeah, if you obviously have any questions for Christina afterwards, if there's questions around the product, about tours from Topdeck or Blue Roads, please let us know. And you can email us at agents@tourradar.com, as I've mentioned before. But we really appreciate your time for joining us today. And obviously, Christina, thank you so much for joining us here as well.
Thank you very much.
And can't wait to hear more about future new trips that you might have for us.
Yes, I'll keep you updated.
Perfect, perfect. So thank you so much for everyone joining, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.